Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to start introduction of pharmacology. Pharmacology is defined as the study of substances that interact with living systems through chemical processes and activating or inhibiting normal body processes. Medically speaking, it is the science of substances used to prevent, diagnose, and treat diseases. Then there comes drug and medicine. A drug is any substance that brings about change in biological function through its chemical actions, while medicine is a combination of one or more drugs used for therapeutic purpose. It in addition contains excipients and solvents, etc. Not all drugs are medicines because some are used for research purposes only. Then there comes receptors, which are in great majority of cases the drug molecules interact with specific molecules within the biological system that play a regulatory role. For example, to function as a receptor, an endogenous molecule must first be selective, and second, it must change its function upon binding with the molecule. Drugs may be synthesized within the body, for example hormones, or they may be chemicals not synthesized in the body, that is xenobiotics, which is derived from Greek word xenos means stranger and biotics means living bodies. There comes orphan drugs, which are used for rare diseases. Rare disease means any disease that affects less than 200,000 persons or affects more than 200,000 persons, but for which there is no reasonable expectation that the cost of developing and making available such drug will be recovered from sales. In some cases, a chemical that is readily absorbed and distributed and is administered and then converted to the active form by the drug. Such drugs are called prodrugs. They are normally inactive, and when we ingest them, when we take them within our body, they become active. Then comes poisons. Poisons are drugs that have almost exclusively harmful effects. However, Berzelius famously stated that the dose makes the poison, which means all substances can be harmful if they are taken in the wrong dose. Then toxins, which are usually poisons of biological origin, that is synthesized by plants or animals, in contrast to inorganic poisons such as lead and arsenic. Then there comes some specific interactions, some specific conditions which are required. For example, affinity, which is the tendency to bind to the receptor. Kd, the equilibrium dissociation constant, represents the concentration of free drug at which half maximal binding is observed. This constant characterizes the receptor's affinity for binding of the drug in a reciprocal fashion. That is, if Kd is higher, then the affinity will be low. While if affinity is higher, then dissociation constant will be low. Intrinsic efficacy means the tendency to activate the receptors. Although many drug molecules may react with the receptors, they may bind with the receptors, but not all the drugs will activate the receptors because they have a specific tendency to activate the receptors. Then there comes agonist, and we'll also discuss agonist, antagonist. First comes agonist. Agonist is the substance which binds to and activates the receptors. They play a major role along with the drug that is being joined with the receptor. Agonist and then pharmacological antagonist. They bind to the receptor, thus prevent binding by other molecules. They have affinity but no intrinsic efficacy. Affinity means binding capacity, while intrinsic efficacy means activity through which they activate the receptors. For example, acetylcholine receptor blockers such as atropines are antagonists because they prevent excess of acetylcholine, and similar agonist drugs to acetylcholine receptor and stabilize the receptor in its inactive state. Agonists are of two types: full agonist, partial agonist. Many agonist drugs, when administered at a concentration sufficient to saturate the receptor pool, can activate their receptor effector systems to the maximum extent to which the system is capable of working. While partial agonists produce a low response at full receptor occupancy than full agonists. They bind to the same receptor and activate them in the same way but do not evoke as great a response no matter how high the concentration. Partial agonists do not stabilize the RA configuration as fully as full agonists, so a significant fraction of receptors exist in RID pool. Such drugs are said to have low intrinsic efficacy. For example, Pinidor, a beta adrenoceptor partial agonist. Partial agonist may act as agonist while antagonist. If there is no agonist present, then partial agonist will act as agonist there. But if there is an agonist present, then partial agonist will act as an antagonist. Partial agonists basically bind to the receptors and activate them, but do not evoke as great of a response as so-called full agonist. The example is in front of you. Then there comes inverse agonist. Drugs with negative efficacy compare them from agonist and competitive antagonist. Drugs has a much stronger affinity for initial concentration than for activated state and stabilize a large fraction in RID pool, which will be shown in the next figures. In this case, in this scenario, the drug would reduce any constitutive activity, thus resulting in effects that are opposite to the effects produced by conventional agonist at that receptor. Allosteric agonist or antagonist. Drugs that bind to the same receptor molecule but do not prevent binding of the agonist are said to act allosterically, and they may enhance or inhibit the action of agonist molecule. Allosteric inhibition is not overcome by increasing the dose of agonist. Conventional antagonist action can be explained by fixing the fractions of drug bound RI and RA In R is the Ri is the concentration of drug in inactive form, and Ra is the concentration of drug in active form. However, the presence of agonist at receptor site, antagonist at receptor site will block access of agonist to the receptor and prevent the usual agonist effect. Such blocking action can be termed as neutral antagonism. Here is the picture. First of all, if we only use a simple drug and try to activate the receptor, then there will be zero response, which can be seen as neutral antagonist. There is no agonist or antagonist present, so there is zero response shown. If partial antagonist is present, then there may be 25 to 50% of the effect seen. While in case of full antagonist, there will be 100% of the effect seen in the drug. While in case of inverse agonist, the effect will decrease and go in the opposite direction. Here is also a picture. If we see this big molecule, it is a receptor. While on the left side there are different type of drugs. Each drug can only combine a specific site, and thus after combining they will produce an effect. This is also a picture